Leonela, hello. Thank you
Hello.
so much for being here today. How are you?
Good. Thank you so much for having me here, Courtney. This is a pleasure. Thank you.
Yes, it's a pleasure to have you. For everyone tuning in, Leonela is one of my, can I say longtime clients at
Of
this point?
course, at this
Yes.
point.
Yeah. One of my longtime clients. She's awesome, and I felt that it would be great for her to come on and just to give some of your experience and what's been happening with you. I feel like it can be very informative and also like inspiring for others that are watching. Not everybody is comfortable sharing their story, so whenever I have somebody who is comfortable, I always want to take advantage. And Leonella, you have been so kind to take time out of your life and just come by and to talk. So once again, I want to thank you for that.
Yeah,
Okay.
thank you. This is super fun.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right. Great. Just talk about your life, your upbringing, childhood, and also like what was your relationship with fitness and nutrition growing up.
Okay, well, my name is Leonela Startseva. I am 37 years old. I have two beautiful kids, two boys. I'm married. I'm Ecuadorian, so being a South American person, I don't know, I mean, like us South Americans, we're very into our physique and how we look and how we keep ourselves, whether you are a little kid or growing up, and definitely after marriage. So it was something that my childhood was like, I guess, a regular childhood. And I guess back in Ecuador, I was very active. I was in boarding school for 6 years. So I was always very active. So I never had a problem with overweight or anything like that. Coming here was the same thing. I was always very active. I was always trying to go to the gym, but it was more of the idea that I just needed to be a stick, skinny type of person versus that you could be a strong person. So there were like two complete different aspects of that. And it wasn't until much later, when I met you, that I that everything actually changed and that perspective actually changed, of how I really looked at, like beauty when it comes to body image and everything else. If that makes any sense.
It makes complete sense. Okay, so as an adult, talk about your fitness journey and then ultimately how you and I started to work together.
Okay. So my fitness journey, I guess I've always been into going to the gym and try to like lead an active lifestyle. I guess I will say that I was very more like, into the cardio type of thing. Yes, like doing my treadmill or my elliptical and like definitely aerobics or whatever it was available. But nothing past those literally like three kind of like type of exercises. Of course, I met you back in 2017, December 2017, and I really liked. We met back in Blink. I really liked your approach. I really enjoyed that you are the type of trainer, not that approach me by saying like, I'm gonna make you lose weight overnight, and by tomorrow you will have 20 pounds less. You literally kept it real with me, and I was very thankful for that. You told me, okay, first of all, you gave me a look that I was completely out of my mind. Because I came to you telling you I need to be 105 pounds, and you looked at me and you're like, okay. You said like, we're gonna work on this, and you told me that we're gonna work on this, and we're gonna get you where you want to be. Like, but I guess I didn't know where I wanted to be, right? So, but definitely you knew where I wanted to be at the time. Of course, we started working out. You did keep it real with me. You told me that this is something that is going to, as long as I'm going to be showing discipline and consistency and perseverance, I will be able to actually see the results. But this is not going to work alone. Then healthy choices for your eating habits also plays a big role in this. So of course, back in 2017, I did do a lot of the first part, which is like working out like crazy. I got introduced to the TRX, which is great, and I remember that I had my doubts. It's just like, what is that little like string gonna do for me? Like a
Yes,
lot.
I remember.
And then we worked all the way to 2019, summer 2019, if I'm not mistaken. Then I got another job. We kind of like stopped for a little bit. Well, not for a little bit, for a whole year. And then pandemic happened, and we kind of like had our second take back in September 2020.
All right, so it's 2020. We know what happened then. Pandemic happens, right?
Yes.
Life-changing event for everyone.
Absolutely.
Okay?
Yes.
And as you mentioned, we had stopped training in 2019.
Yes.
So what led up to, in 2020, us reconnecting and training then?
I took a lot of my anxiety into eating everything on site. And it was just crazy. I'm 5 feet tall, for, just in case, so you can have a mental image. So I was 132 pounds.
She's sitting down, everyone. She's sitting down. I promise.
You're so funny. I can't with you. So it just came to a point that I couldn't go up the stairs because I was out of breath. My clothes would not fit me. That was the heaviest that I've ever been without being pregnant. So it was really, I had no excuse. I felt so uncomfortable with my own body, so uncomfortable with my skin, so uncomfortable with what I've become. And that was not me. And I look back to my pictures when I was working out with you, and I was like, no, I cannot. No, I cannot. So that's exactly what happened. So one day I was like, this is it. I'm just going to reconnect with Courtney, and I'm just going to ask him if we can start training. At the very beginning, I did start doing the exercise, but I did not go for the eating cleaner, right? I did start eating a little cleaner, little by little, but it was not until probably summer last year that I remember I told you, okay, Courtney, that's it. I'm cutting this, I'm cutting that, and it was a night and day type of thing. So I cut dairy out of my diet. I'm doing a lot of more greens and definitely things without gluten. I didn't notice that. I guess those are the things that they would trigger me and will make me feel bloated and will make me feel sluggish, and so many things that I never noticed before. But the combination of both of my healthier choices and definitely continue with my workout is something that really has shown the results now. And I'm very proud of myself. I'm very happy. And like I said, I don't want to be that 105 pounds type of skinny person that I thought it was the image of beauty. I'm 115 pounds, and I am the strongest I've ever been. I'm able to lift things. I'm able to pick up both of my kids at the same time. It's like, and I am definitely more happy with this. I feel definitely more comfortable with myself. I'm, back into fitting everything, all my clothing, everything fits even better than it was before. There are certain stigmas that you have to break. And it's just hard because it's like your upbringing and certain things that you grow up with. And that's the ideal beauty. The ideal beauty is this, you have to be stick and bones, and that is, beautiful. And you must have kids and go back and bounce back to those 105 pounds that you had when you didn't have any kids. It's just insane. It makes absolutely no sense. You change with life experiences, you change with age, you change with things that happen to you, you change with kids. So it's like it's impossible that society and people are putting this pressure for you to continue looking like 15-year-old when you are no longer a 15-year-old.
I agree. But when you have clients who get it, there's sometimes when you're working with some, and they're on time to their workouts, and they don't miss sessions, and they're doing the work. But it's a difference when someone's doing the work, and that's how you were, Leonela. I've never asked you to do anything, and you've been like, no, I don't want to do it. Or even if you didn't want to do it, you had that attitude where I'm going to do it. I've given you, easier way out sometimes, and you're just like, no, I'm gonna do it the hard way. I got this, right? And like that, but like that's one of the things that's great about you, and that's why that's an what contributes to your success. It's been great to see the other part, right? Because no matter how hard, and you mentioned this, no matter how many weights you lift and exercises you do, if you don't put it together to eating right and making choices, making better choices when you're not working out, then you'll not saying you won't get results, but it just won't click the way it has clicked for you, and you can tell mentally, like just the change in the mental, and that's just been awesome. It's been super super fun to see it, from the sidelines. Okay, so I want to talk about your gym, Leonela, because this is also one of the things, your home gym, that is so impressive to me. What did you have in your home gym as far as virtual training went? What equipment?
Okay, so what I had was a couple of years back, my mother gave me gifted me, but it was more for my husband. My mother gifted me an elliptical, so I did have an elliptical home. I had a bench that I gave to my husband, and I had those adjustable weights that they go up to 50 pounds, right?
Yes.
Which, they were not the most convenient one because they're not for petite people.
Yeah, and I just want to, if you don't mind, just chime in here. The adjustable weights she's talking about are Nordic Track, Bowflex. The weights where you put them in, you click the handles, and it kind of changes the weight, so you can have like anywhere from 10 pounds to 90 pounds in these pretty much dial weights or clicker weights. That's what she had, and I also want to mention, because for context, we had our. I have to show appreciation for those weights because they held it down for a while, right?
You're telling me?
But remember, Leonela is 5 feet tall, so her hands are so small. It was for anybody that lifts weights and knows just about the having evenly distributed weight when you're holding a dumbbell. It was very cumbersome for her to use these weights. But as I mentioned before, you are a trooper, so you definitely made these weights work. All right, so did you have anything else?
Did I say I had a small 5-pound
medicine ball? You didn't mention that. Yes, exactly. You had a medicine ball. That was the extent. For the normal average person, right? That sounds like a great home gym system. When you told me what you had, I was excited because I'm like, okay, at least it's not just nothing with 5-pound dumbbell and just a mat. At least you have something we can work with, right? What is from that time in 2020 to now? Let's talk about how your home gym looks now.
Okay, so after that, I got me a treadmill, but it was one of those that they are the foldable ones. So it's not the heavy duty ones. So I got me that. I got me a set of weights, but the normal weights this time. The ones that I can actually carry.
Yes.
So the 5, 10, and 15 pounds. And of course I didn't stop there. I went to get me kettlebells. Also 5, 10, and 15 pounds, because I was just telling Courtney, I just cannot wait to do kettlebell swings. And now that I do kettlebell swings in a Tabata mode, I'm crying, but I'm just Tabata.
They were fun. They were fun until we hit the Tabatas, right? Yeah,
they
okay.
Were perfectly fine until Tabata happened. And of course, we added in one of the door I guess areas, we put one of those bars to be able to pull-up bars, and from that bar, I'm able to hook up my TRX that I got late last year, November actually. I remember it was November 6th that I got my TRX.
TRX day. Yes.
And so I got that, and of course I got me bands.
So the bottom line is that if anybody needs a gym to work out, Leonela is selling memberships. What's your monthly fee, Leonela? It's all right. Listen. You're a premium here, so don't feel bad. No, but it has been great to see you build your home gym. and take pride in doing it,
Yeah.
it's made. I feel like it's added to the quality of your workouts, them not being as monotonous,
Okay.
being able to change things. Leonela, we work out 4 times a week,
Yes.
right? We have a weight day where we use mostly dumbbells. We have a boxing day.
Oh, my
We
hand,
didn't-
my hand
Yeah,
weights.
she has. Leonela also has hand weights that she uses for boxing day. That they just fit. They slide right over your hands,
they
right?
slide over the hands.
Yes.
And you're able to punch with those. So it's like 2 pounds each weight.
So we have a boxing day, we have a kettlebell day, mostly kettlebells, and then we also have a TRX day. So we're able to mix things up, keep things fresh, and I feel like since we've been doing that, our workouts were always fun, and we always have a good time when we work out. But I just feel like it's added just another dynamic to our workouts and kind of. All right, so I want to talk about the results, about the benefits that you've seen from making this lifestyle change and, making these changes in your life. So first I want to talk about the mental and emotional health side of it. What changes, if any, have you seen personally that have come from you making these changes to your mental or emotional health?
I mean, to be very honest, I do remember me, how I was before, and how it felt, just to, I don't know, it just not being that skinny person that I was before make me feel that I didn't belong. I make me feel much less of myself. Being able to actually achieve results and definitely live a healthier lifestyle it's just like a complete, like a 360 type of change in the view, in my perspective. Better, I'm able, it's just like I don't kind of like fall into that. I know that certain things that could make me go back into how I felt, that I was not happy with myself, that I was like sad, that I will look at myself and I will be depressed. So I know that there are moments that I just have to kind of like step on certain situations and be that, no, you know what, I need to shake it off and I need to continue. Like this is not a moment to crumble. This is the moment to, stand up and just move forward. I'm much happier. I mean, I'm able to run after my kids. I'm able to play with my kids. I'm able to like walk up the stairs and run and everything. And I'm okay. Yes, I will be out of breath, but after probably 30 or 40 minutes or an hour that I'm doing something, but not after 2 steps or 2 flights of stairs that I actually went up. So it's completely, I don't know, it's just completely different. I mean, like it's just, and being able to feel, like strong, like not like that person. Yes, like what I was before, I was skinny, and yes, oh, like 00 here and this and that, but it's like I was not able to even pick up like a pack of water. I mean, it was insane. When I started with you back in 2017, I had no strength whatsoever, so and it was just, now it's like I can like pick up a water jug to put it in the water fountain without any kind of help. It's just nice. It's just a nice feeling because it empowers you, makes you feel more independent as well.
Yes.
That you can do it.
Love that. The thing for me that I get the most joy out of whenever I get any type of feedback from clients, or when they're sending me their results and they're happy about their results. The thing I feel the best about is when they talk about the mental side and the feeling that they get. Fitness has become where it's so easy, I feel like, to just say, okay, well, I lost this amount of weight. And, if you do this, you can lose this amount of weight. Or if you do this, you can put on this amount of weight. You kind of get lost in the fact that this is not all about just, physical results.
Yeah.
In order to make, real changes in your life and to make changes that are going to affect the lives of those that come behind you, it has to be something that you can hold on a little bit more than just like what you see. And when somebody tells me, hey, I just feel better, and like what you just said, I can pick up a thing of water. That might sound just like la-di-da to people, but it's la-di-da until you have to like be in a supermarket or you're at home alone and you have to like lift some water up to
Yes,
do something,
to do
right?
something, exactly.
It's like it's all like whatever until you can't do it, and then it becomes an inconvenience. You know, listening to you, it just makes me happy to like hear that coming out your mouth. I know just starting to work out, that wasn't just enough, and you talked about how you did change your eating habits. So kind of what was a catalyst for you in order to kind of put that energy into eating into your feelings and to kind of like putting it into the proper plate?
Okay. So, well, with the whole pandemic situation and us being in, you know, in lockdown for quite a while, and all this information that it was overflowing from whatever source that you will be on or checking at the time, I wasn't able to visit anybody. Like, we weren't able. I was petrified. I honestly, I'm gonna say honestly, like I was like a crazy life. Like I will be at home, I will work remotely. I will not sleep normally because I couldn't sleep, and I will be like whatever like passes by. I will pass by here and I will put something in, like, oh, cookies, oh, this. And the worst thing is, like, they were not even the good choices. It was just like me being nervous. I wanted, honey, don't forget to bring me something sweet, or honey, different, mood. I'm like, I'm looking at myself. I don't recognize how I look. And I'm like, okay, I'm not pregnant, so what's my excuse now? So, so I didn't like it. And suddenly, like, I tried, of course, the easy way. I tried to do, okay, I'm just going to start juicing, I'm just going to start juicing and everything. And that's what I'm going to do. And I mean, don't get me wrong. It could be a nice way sometimes to detox for a couple of days, but that is not going to provide you the results that you're looking for, right? That's not going to miraculously like make you drop like the weight that you need to lose, nor is going to make you feel better about yourself, nor is going to give you that strength that you're looking to have, nor that level of health that you're looking to have, or the happiness that you're looking to have.
Yeah, and it's not going to build healthy habits. It's a once in a time deal.
Exactly.
It's not something that you're building consistency through.
Exactly.
Yes,
So it was like I woke up one day and I was like, I just cannot live like this anymore. I felt bad and I'm like, this is. I saw pictures of myself and I can't. I just couldn't. And I reached out to you and I'm like, here I am crawling back.
No.
At least to me, because I am a person that likes to be very active, and I have my kids and I like to play and I like to run around with them. And the thing is that what kind of example am I giving to them? Am I allowing them to see me in this stage? That like I'm more of on the sedentary type of lifestyle,
yes.
eating whatever junk passes me by, is that what I want to? Is that the road that I want to pay for?
I want to talk about your kids. Like they're just so funny, so cool. So because Leonela does virtual training, most of the time we're doing this in your living room,
yes.
right? So we do our training in the evening. Your boys are she has 2 sons, and they are always around. Yes. Sometimes joining our sessions. Yes,
absolutely, yes. They love it.
It's so awesome, so awesome. That it gives me so much joy. I love this. Have you seen this affect your sons, affect your husband in any way? What are some changes that may have happened because of that?
Well, it was a domino chain reaction, to be very honest. Once I started working out again, my husband, he started also. Started at home. He started at home as well. It's like, okay, you know what? I'm just gonna start doing some cardio because I need to kind of like build up my resistance again. So he will do it. So whenever we will do our sessions, like probably like even later at night, he will start doing the treadmill and everything. So we started like that, kind of like slowly but shortly we started doing that. The boys actually, they love you. They are Courtney's, biggest fans, and it's insane, especially my little one. He is a 7-year-old, And he loves to, like, right now when they dropped me off, he was like, "Mommy, are you going to go to Courtney? Are you working out today? But you're not dressed." And I'm like, okay. But yeah, I mean, like, they love it, and it's something that, funny enough, after they started working out, like joining our sessions, they started to kind of like show more interest in other activities. Like, they decided that they wanted to actually join martial arts. They go there, and it's like a couple of days out of the week, and mostly on the weekends. So they love it, and they get to do exercise, and they get to do this. They learn about self-defense as well, but they love it, you know. So, and funny enough, when they go to class, they're like, "Oh, like I can do push-ups because you know I do them with Courtney, you know." So it's like, so it's funny, you know, and funny enough, like the practice that sometimes they get when they're actually working out and joining our sessions is something that has helped them. And I noticed that they see me working out, and it's like, "Mommy, you're strong." You know, and it's like, "Mommy, you're strong."
Yes.
And they tell my husband, like, "Daddy, Mommy's really strong." And so that makes a positive impact in their lives. You know, I know that, you know, the fact that they see me working out, and they see me working out on a daily basis, and I might be tired, I might be sweating, and Courtney will hear me like that I'm not saying anything because I laugh out of pain. Yeah. So I'm a weirdo that laughs when it's in pain. So the boys, they just, you know, sometimes I notice that they are being challenged in their martial arts class, but they push through because it's like, no, like, I mean, like, and my husband as well. My husband actually, both of us, we started with the whole healthier eating and healthier habits. And it's great, you know, I mean, like, we replaced a lot of stuff, and he's looking really good. He is actually, you can see physically, like, he's building muscles, his arms. I mean, like, he has lost a lot of weight also.
Yes. Mike, my guy.
Yeah. Yeah, Michael, no. When we started the journey, like, I guess, back in 2020, I guess that impacted, you know, my husband to start doing it again, and my kids to look into sports and to activities, you know. So it was a good, to me, it was actually good because I did it for myself. I did it because I knew that I needed it. I needed to change, you know. And the funny thing is, like, I knew that it needed to come from the inside to reflect on the outside, because at no moment, it will be easier if I will just go and say, you know what, might as well for me just to go back to Ecuador, trim little things that I have. I have a couple of friends that are surgeons. But that takes away the joy and the pride of saying that I sweated out for that, you know. So and nonetheless being able to give that positive influence and that positive like mentality to my kids, to be able to set that example to them and to my husband, and to be able to impact my family in such a positive way. I think that's something that it doesn't have any kind of like measure in any kind of compensation.
Yes, stick with your workouts. So do you have any advice for our viewers?
To be very honest, I think that at the end of the day, it all comes to making that decision. Knowing that this is something that you want to do and that you want to stick with because you want to change. It's not about, I'm going on a diet, or I am going into like this plan, which is like a 5-week workout plus a 5 week meal prep or something, and diet or something. So this is not it. And I'm not going on a diet, you know. Like, I enjoy it. I enjoy eating, and I go out. I will have my drink. I will have my sweets here and there. It's not something that I do all the time, but I do it here and there. But it's all about knowing that, okay, I did my little cheat, or whatever you want to call it, at this moment, but tomorrow is back on, we're back in the game, you know. And it's also to be able to make like healthier choices. Like, for example, I know myself, I can no longer have dairy, and I can no longer have things with gluten. The moment that I eat something out of it, it just makes me feel like once again bloated and sluggish, and like the energy, like it's drained out of me, and it's just like your body just feels it once you've been off of it for a while. Lives, we all have our commitments and everything. Life goes on for each person, and each person is a different world, and we have kids and we have jobs and demanding jobs and weird schedules and everything. But I knew that if I am not able to stick with this, this is the moment that I needed to show my discipline. If I had discipline to go to work every day, and if I had discipline to pick up my phone and scroll down and look at like social media, if I have time for all of that, if I have time to go outside, if I have time to go to a store, I have to have the time to have, if you want to call it me time, then have me time, but put me as a priority for at least this amount of time. I'm tired. Sometimes I just don't want to do anything, but I'm like, if I don't do it, it's just going to be the beginning of, once again, going back to what I was. And I remind myself, do you like it there? No, I didn't. So.
Yeah. What do you say to someone who may be at the right there, ready, maybe they need something to kind of get them to take that step to make a change? What would you say to that person?
Take that leap of faith. You gotta do it. I mean, there is absolutely, I am not gonna lie, you're gonna be sore. You are gonna be feeling sometimes that you perhaps are not gonna see the results when you want to see them, because we as human beings, nonetheless, we are people that we want instant gratification. This is a journey. Everybody, I do believe that everybody gets to that point at their own time and based on their own experience. So I got here based upon, in my own time. After, hitting myself, I guess, with reality and noticing that this is not what I want to be and this is not how I want to feel. Mm-hmm. But if that person's there at this moment, you should be able to, come to yourself and say, you know what, this is what I want to do for myself. This is something that I need to do for me. No weight or anything, but just focus on, this is going to allow me to have more energy for my day. This is, if you want to think that this is probably okay, let's make it into a little competition with myself. Am I going to be able to keep up with this? Mm-hmm. This is something that is not easy. It takes discipline. It takes a lot of perseverance. It takes for you to be there, but it's worth every single step of the way. And start small. Don't think that you are going to be able to, lift a lot, or you're going to be able to run for miles. You have to start small. You have to start building, because this is all building. You're going to start building from the ground up. But then you're going to see how the foundation is going to be strong, right? And then you're going to be able to see how the fruits of that are going to come out. Yep. So, and it just takes time, and everybody's different.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. Leonela, thank you so much. I'm working on my clap button here. Until then, all we have is my surround sound clap. You did a great job. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Okay. All right, Leonela. At this point, we're going to turn it over to you, and I want to know if you have a question for me. You're asking the questions now.
Yes, I am.
All right.
I am. So my first question for you will be, how long do you have? How many years do you have in your fitness journey?
That's a great question. It's a great question that every time I get asked this question, I don't ever know the answer. Mm-hmm. So I need to get this down. So I've been on my fitness journey now for 10 years. Wow. It's 2022, and for about 10 years. Wow. So that's when I started working out, and I've been a trainer now for 7. It's crazy when I put it into those numbers, because it's kind of weird to me. I never think that I've been doing it for that long, but yeah, 10 years I've been working out, and then 7 years training.
And do you feel, Courtney, that this was actually your calling in life? Is this it? You know?
Yeah, I can't see myself doing anything else. When I started working out and when I started seeing results for myself, and people were asking me, what are you doing, and asking me to share pointers and tips, that really was what let me know that this is what I wanted to do, because I just got a great feeling from helping others. That's really the reason why I do this. I really want to have the people who are around me, the people who want to live better lifestyles.
Yeah.
I want to be able to help them do that and achieve that, and I want the people around me to be healthier and to live better lifestyles. So yeah, I do feel like this is definitely my calling.
Got
Definitely.
it. I actually have another question for you.
Okay.
What do you like the most? In-person training or remote training?
All right. Are we talking about in-person training for myself or training people?
Training people.
I think training people, I like there's definitely benefits to both.
Mm-hmm.
Me personally, I like virtual training better.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like virtual training because there's like a pandemic. Like, I
Got
wish
it.
there was just like virtual training period,
Okay.
and I can still see my clients in person. I don't like there being like things holding us from actually seeing one another.
Uh-huh.
But the reason why I say I like virtual training better is a couple things here that jump out to me. Number one, we talked about this earlier,
Mm-hmm.
efficiency. Mm-hmm. I feel that it allows me to train more people
Mm-hmm.
In a short, in a span of time.
Got it.
There's no really, it's really just turning off the camera and going to another person. There's
Got
no
it.
moving. I don't have to go.
Got it.
And I feel like it's made me a better trainer, which I talked about with having to cue better
Yeah.
and use my words as
Yes.
opposed to just saying, do this or.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like it's made me a better trainer, but I feel like it also lessens the distraction. And what I mean by that is when you work out in the gym, and some people like this, there's a lot of things going on, and there's people, and there's a social aspect of it, and I totally understand that. And I'm not down in going to the gym. I still think that it's great, a great way, and if that's the way you work out, fine. But there is inherently there's just going to be distractions there.
Yes.
Whether it's the person that's using the same machine as you, or just the person that is distracting you. Like it can be a bunch of different ways people get distracted, but there is a level of distraction at the gym that I feel like you don't get when you're at home.
Yes.
There's a level of comfortability at home that you don't get at the gym.
Uh-huh.
I feel like people are willing to take more risks when they're in the comfort of their own home, as opposed to asking someone to do 10 push-ups in front of the whole gym.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Doing push-ups in your living room is a little bit easier. Yeah. We'll always think there's a place for in-person training, obviously. And I still love in-person training. Yeah, but if I had my choice, I would 100% say virtual. Yeah. Know that Leonela is also my maestra de español. She's my Spanish teacher. She has been very helpful with helping me learn Spanish, and we have our little miniature Spanish sessions sometimes, which have been very helpful to me. So I'll say this in Spanish. ¿Tienes otra pregunta?
Sí, that's
All
good.
right. Thank
That
you
was
very
good,
much.
Courtney.
Thank you very much.
Sí, tengo otra pregunta. Courtney, ¿cuántas personas o cuántos clientes ves al día?
Al día. How many clients do I see a day?
All right.
Yes. Okay. Yo tengo un promedio de 4 a 6 clientes.
Nice.
Yes.
Nice. That's
I have
nice.
on average 4 to 6 clients.
That was
Yes.
very nice, Courtney.
Thank you very much.
You
Thank
see,
you.
like soon our sessions are gonna be fully in Spanish.
Yeah, that's my goal. This year, I have a goal of doing a session completely in Spanish, And I have another goal of doing a virtual boot camp, like the whole thing.
Nice. Okay.
Spanish.
Oh,
I want to do that.
so
for
down
sure.
for that.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it. Leonela, do you have anything else that you wanna ask or plug? You know, when you come to a podcast or a show, you have to like plug something. That's like the thing. You have a movie you wanna like that you're gonna be in that you wanna.
No, not anything.
Okay.
Not anything like that. But I do want to take this opportunity just to, to thank you. I mean, it has been an amazing journey. I mean, like, I don't think that anybody knows, but besides from being my trainer, you have been, a true friend to me. And my family, knows you, of course. You met the kids, you met my husband. It was funny enough, like, when you guys met Blink, I told my husband, well, my legal husband, me and my gym husband, and here are my husbands meeting each other. My family, like, adores you, you know that. And I just thank you for, just for being there for me and just to be able to, to push me and to, to help me to push myself because, like I know that there are things that you were able to see in me that I didn't see in myself at the time. And that meant a lot. So, in like, honestly, I don't think that I can have a better partner to be able to like navigate this fitness journey with. So thank you so much for having me here.
No problem, and I think you are so very welcome. I think the world of you, and I'm always. It always makes me happy with clients who have that drive that I don't really have to dig in to bring out, and you totally have that, and it's always a pleasure working with you. I look forward to our sessions, and I thank you so much for your time and for coming here today. Thank you so much.
Anytime.
All right, everyone. Thanks again for tuning in to the Not Your Average Lifestyle podcast. Once again, my name is Courtney, and this is
Leonela.
Yes. I'll see you the next time on the next episode. Everyone, you have a great day. We'll see you.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye.